I know you don't smoke weed. I know you. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Yo, it's your boy Big Ev, aka the Double Vodka Don. Still on quarantine, sort of, with my co-host, Young Wayne Jetski, SoundCloud God.
Woo!
We're MVP of the podcast, producer Colin Cooper on the ones and twos, with a new hairdo. We are 808 Smoke Breaks, and we are back. Colin has slick back hair. He's outside, and it looks like a nice, lovely Manhattan balcony.
Fucking golden hour, baby.
And it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. He looks very handsome in his purple shirt. For the listeners that can't see, I'm a little red, but I'm leaning bronze. I'm Italian. I'm leaning bronze. I want to get ahead of the story.
You're red, but you're not uncomfortably red. Like you're not.
Yes,
You're in your summer glow right now.
Yes, good way to say it. I've got 3 days in a row at the pool. I feel good. Going to Seaside this weekend. I'm excited. I'm getting my shore fix. My understanding is that outside bars and like restaurants will be open.
Monday. They're
Is
open
it
in Jersey.
Monday?
Yeah, the 15th, Monday.
No.
So in Hoboken they'll be open, but I'm pretty sure it's Monday, June 15th. That's the last I read from with the mayor's ordinance. Or the Hoboken mayor's ordinance, I believe.
My friend who I'm going with, like my best friend growing up, it's me, my girl, him, and his girl are going down to his place. And my understanding was that outside shit was open. I could be wrong.
It might be to go. It might be you can get drinks to go. I don't know. Then again, South Jersey might have a different thing. But from what I was reading earlier on this week, that it was that Jersey enters phase 2 on Monday, I think, and that meant outdoor seating for bars and restaurants was 100% a go.
Okay, so we'll see. Either way, it's gonna be. I'm just happy to get at the beach, get some seaside energy in me, walk down the boardwalk, feel good. Maybe get some drinks to go. Who knows? Grill up some dogs, some burgers. I need this. I need this. I deserve this. I earned this.
I think
it's summertime. It's summertime. Everyone deserves this. I would say you've been to the beach a few times on quarantine.
I have. I was at the beach more the weekend than the week after. But then this past weekend I didn't go. My buddy had a barbecue. My buddy Sean, shout out Pyatt. He's an EMT, so he's fighting a good fight out there. Stay safe. Wear your mask, Sean. But he had a barbecue at his house by the pool, and it was the first time all of my friends had been together since quarantine started. And it really felt like we were just like, fuck this virus. This shit's not real. No one's getting sick this summer. It was great, man. We were grilling. We were jumping in the pool. Everyone was drinking. We got the UFC fights. I won some money on the fucking, what's his name? The guy from Uniondale. I only bet on the Long Island guy. But he
Aljamain Sterling.
Aljamain, yep. I won some bread on him, which was great.
He went to Cortland.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think I remember them saying that during the.
It said he was like a 2-time All-American at wrestling, All-American at Cortland.
Yeah, and he's from Uniondale, so shout out Long Island.
He's about to fight for the belt. He's about to fight for the bantamweight belt.
I bet very sparingly, and it's usually only when I'm drunk and there's UFC fights. So I'm 1 for not or UFC or boxing, but I'm 1 for 2 in the last 2 fights. I lost a lot on Lamar Woodley the other week.
Tyrone Woodley.
I'm sorry, Lamar Woodley. Is Marlon Woodley a football player?
Yeah, Lamar Woodley was.
Okay,
yeah.
so Tyrone Woodley. Sorry. But I'm just getting dipping my toe in the gambling
I love it
right now.
I love it.
Everyone was texting me a couple weeks ago about it because I think we were gonna bet some fight together or something. It didn't end up happening, but
Fight Island's coming up. There's gonna be 4 fights in 2 weeks, 4 cards in 2 weeks. It's in Dubai.
So is it on an actual island?
Yeah, that they officially announced. Well, the island thing they've been talking about forever, or for a long time, a few months. Like they said, basically when quarantine happened, the UFC and Dana White basically just bought an island that they wanted to have Fight Island and have just huge cards on it. And they hadn't disclosed where it was going to be. And it had been a huge mystery. It really didn't even leak. No one really had any idea. And then finally he announced it I think it was 3 days ago. And it's in Dubai. And I think it's between July 11th and July 25th. They're doing 4 cards.
No fans in the stands, obviously.
I don't believe so. No.
Well, at least there's fucking sports. That's been the silver lining. The fact that UFC's came back a little bit, or not a little bit, it's came back, but without fans. It's still been awesome to have some type of live sporting event.
I love it. I love betting on it. I think it's it's really become to watch, probably my favorite sport to watch, literally besides football. I fucking love it. And I love at the first few cards they did on quarantine, they were doing them in Jacksonville where it was a massive arena and no one's there. But then they were doing it at the UFC Apex in Vegas, which is where they do like the Ultimate Fighter series, the Contender series, and all that stuff. So it's a lot different. I think it's a better atmosphere for the fight, like to watch on TV when it's not just a big empty crowd. Like it's literally just like a big room with just like an octagon in it, and they just fight. So there's not all this like hollow space.
You know who you look like right now?
Yo, tell me.
Action Bronson. I forgot his name. Action Bronson's like right-hand man.
Who? Big Body?
Big Body. You look like Big Body Bez.
I'll take that
You
all
look
day.
just
He's
like
the man. Big Body's the man.
You look like an Albanian Ev. You look obviously look a little Italian, but you got a little Albanian in you right now with the tan.
Big Body, yo. I'm telling you, it's on Hulu. I'll recommend that too. If you haven't watched that, Fuck That's Delicious on Hulu. I fucking love that show. Love like those dudes. Just Action Bronson, Big Body, Mayhem Loren.
That was the black guy.
Yeah. And Alchemist. Like, dude, they are like together. They are all so funny.
Dude, you know Alchemist is 42?
Yeah, I mean, Action Bronson's like in his 30s. I'm not shocked by that.
Alchemist. So
I feel like he's been around for a while too as a producer.
Yeah, he came up with Cypress Hill. I didn't realize
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I knew he was like doing some shit even before like Action and like other people.
I think executive produced Freddie Gibbs' most recent album. I think dropped a week or two ago. Haven't really got a chance to listen to it, but it's been getting a lot of praise critically. So I guess if you're a Freddie Gibbs fan, go check that out.
And I will say, shout out to Action Bronson, who it's amazing how these great minds think alike. Like I just wake up and Action Bronson lost 65 pounds as well.
He did?
Yeah, he posted on his Instagram literally yesterday. He pretty much went ghost, didn't tell anyone. And just lost, like, in 3 months, he lost 65 pounds.
Did he say what he was doing? Was he dieting, exercising, and a little bit of both?
I think both. Like, I think because, I mean, he's short, too. Like, he was so, when I met him, like, I must be at least 3 inches taller. Like, he's got to be, like, he's no taller than 5'8", maybe even 5'7". And he said he weighed 363.
That's big.
And now he's down, 5'7", 363 is big. I mean, I was huge. I was like 5'11", like 335.
But still, that extra 3-4 inches really does help stretch, like, spread the weight out.
He was like a bowling ball, and now he said he was down to 298. That was like earlier this week. He was showing. Now he's doing like real like serious training. Like they were showing him just like doing weights, like doing the ropes, like doing the. I always see football players do that shit. I used to do that in like high school. So he looks good. Honestly, shout out to I saw Lizzo doing the same over quarantine. Shout out to all the units having this like unspoken, just like, you know what, fuck it. Like this is the perfect opportunity to like just drop the weight. And it's a nice way where kind of with everyone being so secluded, it's like now you just pop up on everyone, you just look good.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just like it makes it even that much better.
What's your plan for what's it called? The beach now. When you're down there, are you going to be more? I mean, I know you're not a guy who shies from taking your shirt off when you're down there ever. Like you always own who you are. But do you feel like a little bit more like confident in your strut now that you've dropped this little weight, or do you think it's not going to be as like you're not going to feel any different than you did last year?
No, I feel different because I think the biggest thing is especially just being someone who like definitely when I was like younger, like wasn't like as heavy. Like I was always heavy, but I definitely like got like significantly heavier. And I think like there's definitely elements to you. It's like there was always this element of, oh, like whenever I'd see someone that I don't see much in high school, like it's like obviously no one's going to be rude and they're not going to say it, but like it's obvious when you see me, like this dude put on like 50 pounds in high school. Like I just look different. And now like I'm lighter than I was in high school, like at least my senior year. But there's always that element to it. I think there always is an element of like, especially when you're feeling real low, when you're feeling kind of dark about like how heavy you've gotten. And because I'm just such a self-aware person, the whole time, like I'm knowing, like I'm not I'm not clueless to it. Like I look myself in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking huge. I'm like, I'm way bigger than I've ever been. Like anyone who sees me is like, yo, that guy is enormously fat. So there definitely is like an element to me that I know I walk in the room now and it's like, I'm still a big boy. Don't get it twisted. Like I'm like 285, a little under like 280, 285. But I mean, I'm like still now I'm at least like in shape big and not just like fucking like just massive morbid fat fuck big.
I saw that you were on Erica's podcast earlier this week. How'd that go? Was that a cool experience?
It was amazing. I was on, so we're recording this Wednesday actually. I was on Tuesday. The episode came out Wednesday. Check it out. But I loved it. I mean, she's the best. Like she's just like so smart. We just had such a good conversation. Like she's funny. Like she just gets it. I mean, we just chopped it up for like 25 minutes, kind of just about like everything that I've been doing over quarantine. Just kind of like told my little bit of my background of the story, how I got to Barstool.
Yeah, you rehashed the catfish, right?
Yeah. She asked me to explain kind of how it happened. So I did that. Talked about the wiggle dicking, the weight loss, kind of just like the content I do at Barstool. Kind of like how I kind of slowly made a transition to kind of like sort of content, sort of like out of content to kind of slowly transition to kind of like just doing content. And so we kind of just chopped it up about everything. It was awesome. She's the best. Check it out, Token CEO.
Shout out Erica. Shout out the boss.
Yeah, she's the best. She's the best. I'm telling you, I have more respect for that. Besides like my mother and grandmother, more respect for that woman than probably any woman I've ever met.
She's
100%.
definitely someone that the more time you talk to her, more time you spend around her, just like in any capacity, you soak up a lot of game. You soak up a lot of, because she's worked at so many different companies from like AOL to I think Yahoo maybe. Like when tech really started booming and online media started booming, she's had her hands in many different, jobs and for throughout different media companies. So she's definitely someone that is inspiring and you could soak up a shit ton of game. So
I think the reason she's so special because I think it's so rare for someone like her to be so sharp, like just such a sharp business acumen, but also so personable and also at the same time cares about her people. Like she was like the first person that texted me when I got out of surgery. Like I just think it's rare to find like a boss like that it really like hits all those things. And like we've like she likes to have a good time. Like she's just like a good person. Like she's just like all around just like so well rounded and just like one of the smartest people I've ever. Like she's like if you were compared like Dave and her, I would say kind of Dave is definitely like the engine. Like he's the engine, but like Erica, at the end of the day, she steers.
She's a conductor. Yeah.
She like steers the ship and she steers it constantly like in the right direction. Like has opened so many like opened so many new ways to like make revenue for the company. Like just so many new revenue streams that she's like built up and she's like added and she's like seeing things and just from the top down. Like think about where the company was when she signed on, worth like 30-40 million, 2 years, 500 million.
And
like,
they weren't even
like
doing podcasts then. Like
that's like a lot of that growth in terms of like the value of the company definitely is a testament to her for sure.
One thing we should look into maybe is Barstool men's hair product line. Because look at Colin over here. Maybe he could spearhead that campaign. Got the slick back like he's John Travolta. Like he's.
They need to get this guy a Fleshman's.
The fucking thing about this though is like I just haven't showered and I haven't washed my hair in like 2 days.
Oh, so you're just disgusting and it looks good.
No.
Just
so
an absolute grease ball.
No. So today I've just been mad busy. I haven't been able to get in the shower, but I've been doing this, like, I don't know, you've probably seen it before, that, like, blue bottle about this big. It's, like, that Moroccan shampoo.
Oh, is that I thought it was, like,
it's like the real bougie, like, shampoo.
Does it have sea salt in it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So it's, like, that, and then I don't, like, wash my – I normally have to wash my hair every single day or it looks mad greasy. Now I've been washing it with that and then like not washing it the next day and then like showering like every like third day. Or washing it, shower every day, but washing it every like third day.
Have you gotten a haircut yet since quarantine?
No.
Are you going to keep going strong?
Yeah. All I need is, because I've always wanted like to grow my hair out, but I've never like, I've always gotten to a point where like where I normally have it slick sideways. Now I have it long enough where like it can start to curl back and stuff like that. So that's working, but I just need like the back fucking trimmed up.
You need a ducktail to pop
like a
out.
fucking mullet. But yeah, once I can get like just the sides and the back like a little bit trimmed up, I'll be good to go.
I used to have my shit like that, and then my receding hairline kicked in a little bit, so I got a little corners. But I think shout out that 4 Hims because I started seeing my parking lot start to appear in the corners. I was like, fuck this, and it didn't make me like grow the hair back, but it stopped completely. And now I have like I think head of hair for what I have, but it's still like in the corners, like right here. It's just not come back. But we still get to keep what we have, so that's good.
Yeah, I got a nice head of hair. I'm not worried about.
Yeah, I mean, and God bless you, but it's a scary thing when you have to like accept that you lost something or something to some degree. I have a lot of buddies who it's going and they can't. Some of them just like are live in denial, and I try to tell them like, bro, you gotta get on top. But see, Ev, your hairline is fine. You're just a little thin in certain spots.
But you realize even like I'm about to jump off the hair shit. I'm like right there.
I mean, I like the look though, Ev. Like
I already get my hair so short.
Like, long hair.
Yeah, I already get my hair so short. It doesn't really matter. I've already like buzzed it a few times. I think I'm gonna keep doing that. I went and got a haircut the other day, but I don't think
you with like a gelled faux hawk or like any type of flow would look right anyway. Like,
yo, I'll tell you what. I had the craziest flow of all time in 8th grade.
Long hair?
Yeah, you never seen it?
No,
Hold
we
on.
need this. Yeah,
Hold
yes.
on, I'm
Get
literally
the
gonna
eighth grade yearbook
It's
picture.
like no, it's not even yearbook. It's from my confirmation. Hold on,
Damn.
it's literally right here. Where
Blonde
is it?
locks. No way!
I've seen that.
Yo!
I've seen that somewhere. Someone did you
Holy
post
shit!
Look
that?
at that flow.
You look like my Aunt Kate.
Look at that flow.
That is beautiful hair, though, man.
That was beginning of 8th grade. That was like
I had
October.
long hair in 7th grade. I think maybe it's 5th to 7th grade or something like that. I think everyone has some type of long
I've
hair.
got a few pictures with the long hair.
What made you decide to chop it? You like it's just time?
Can you see that?
I can see that, but that is not as full flow.
That's you
No,
in the
of course
middle,
not.
bro.
Hell no, that's my dad.
I'm just
Did you
joking.
middle?
No, I'm joking.
No, he means your mom.
I met your mom. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, then I honestly in high school I did have a little faux hawk with like a fade action going on because that was the wave in like 2010.
Yeah, the fuckboy faux hawk.
Hell yeah, I had that shit hard body.
Dude,
That was the
that's
wave.
hilarious.
That was the wave.
That was the wave for sure. It was like everyone wanted to look like Cristiano Ronaldo in some regard.
Yeah, exactly. I was just a chunky Chris.
So our man Tekashi, the one we've been following since the inception of this podcast, outside of Lil Nas X, is coming back again. He's coming back with a Nicki Minaj collab. People thought no one would work with him. Apparently, Nicki Minaj is working with him. This Friday, when this is out, this will have already his song. I don't know if it'll be this. I think the song's either coming out Thursday night at like midnight, so I guess early Friday morning, or it's either Friday 12 p.m. I don't remember what it said, but he's releasing a song called Trolls with Nicki Minaj. Apparently, some of the majority of the proceeds go to bailing out protesters or something like that. But what do you guys think about the commercial success of this? You think Nicki Minaj is going to be able to boost this song to be relevant again? Is it going to be as big as Gooba, or this is where we're going to see the decline?
I just want to say quickly that I don't see the necessary help from Nicki. I feel like Nicki fans don't attract like Tekashi fans, so I don't really see like the connection there.
I think it's him probably trying to grab some fans because people are probably sick of his shit, and Nicki Minaj is such a strong core fan base that they'll listen to anything that she puts out, even if it's Tekashi. Because I know you said like Nicki Minaj's fans don't like Tekashi, but still listen to anything she puts out. I do agree; it's kind of a weird look. I don't know.
I mean, they do already have a hit song. Yes, honestly, the initial thought that went into my head when I saw this got announced, I was like, "That's it! Like Team Barty won." Like Barty Gang,
Cardi B, 100%.
yes,
Yeah.
like Barty Gang over. Like I've been Barty Gang from day one. That's been documented on this podcast. I stand by that. I was like, if you think Cardi B would ever do a song with the Rat, you're out of your mind. Nicki Minaj, like because she's not a real bitch. She's fake. She's a fraud, and that's why she would do a song with a snitch. No real hood bitch is doing a song with fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine.
You think she's trying to cling to relevancy right now?
She honestly, I don't even think it's like maybe, but I think another part of it is like the check's gonna be fat. Like the song's gonna do numbers. It's only the second song. The like it is it gonna maybe do Gooba numbers on like YouTube and all that? Like probably not, because honestly, I think Gooba's kind of trash.
Yeah,
but like people just want to hear like what they just want to hear what he was doing, and I think they'll be willing to listen again. So I think the numbers are gonna go crazy. The numbers in the song are gonna go crazy. She's gonna make a lot of money off it, but I'm not Team Nicki.
He's doing the same thing where he's like going to be on Instagram Live first, and then the song's going to drop. So I guess it's going to drive some interaction to it. The numbers are going to be big, but
I'll say this too. I will say
he
this
also
though.
looks like a fucking like a My Little Pony doll with his hair. He's got like a lace front and hair extensions down to his ass. What's going on with that?
Well, I want to say. Well, before I get into what I'm about to say next, what I wanted to say was his Instagram Live numbers are going to do like not even half, maybe half what he did the first time.
Half? You mean 1 million? Like, if you did 1 million, that's still
no.
That's going to be a new record again.
No,
number two.
No doubt. Like, I'm not saying like I said, he's going to do huge numbers. But the initial shock to just like see his face, like since he's been in jail and been like on witness protection or whatever, like that is going to go away. But two, what I wanted to say is, what did you think about the Locked Up with Akon?
Dude, I was honestly kind of pissed because I love that song and I think it's a fucking classic. And I think his shit like looked so like whatever he was saying. He was like, can't even sleep. I'm barely eating. I don't know. It didn't sound good. It was over auto-tuned. And Akon was sitting there acting like he was vibing with it. And I'm like, he must have thrown Akon some type of check in order to get the rights for this.
Because he wants. Because I think Tekashi doing these like, I mean, obviously Akon, that wasn't like a feature. But I'm saying I think him putting out these videos and doing things with these artists, it's him trying to claim back this people being like, oh, like some people, like not literally everyone doesn't fuck with me. Like saying there's like putting out like Akon, like obviously a legend, like Nicki, like huge star, trying to like get these almost like post snitching cosigns from these people to try to gain back maybe like, oh, like if Akon fucks with them, like maybe I could fuck with them again, which I don't know if that's going to work, but I do think part of it, like those are his intentions. See, I'm Locked Up is one of my favorite songs literally of all time.
It's also I think it's counterintuitive, but like defeating the purpose of the Locked Up song where it's like Akon talking about like how he's living this hard life and locked up in jail because of like what the wrongs he did, but you know, he had to do them because he's in the streets. And like Tekashi snitched, so it's just like soiling the original like track
I agree
with
like
Akon and
dude,
whoever else was on it.
Locked Up is one of my favorite songs of all time. I'm one of my probably a top it's so hard to say like your favorite song because there's so many great songs. I would say for me like legitimately one of my top like 10 to like 20 favorite songs that's ever been made. Like I fucking love that song. It always makes me think of Coach Carter. It's on the soundtrack. It plays like the one, dude, love that song. And I was just like, damn, like why is Tekashi, like I didn't think it sounded like if I was to take completely the bias of like Tekashi being a snitch, I don't think it sounded like great by any means. Like I think I didn't mind it just because I didn't like that they just did it in general. But if I took the bias away, I didn't mind the way it sounded, but I think it's just because I think I like anything over that beat and I like anything over that like melody type, like with that type of flow. But I mean, it was whatever. Like the one thing I will say, Akon in that video, that tracksuit is fire.
Yeah, he had some gas.
Big fire. Sure. That light blue with like the red stripe with the white tee, that shit was gas.
It looked like I think it might have been. I have a similar Tommy zip up. Tommy Hilfiger, maybe he had the Tommy.
He was wearing the full tracksuit. That shit was dope. I thought that shit was sick. That was what I was like, damn, tracksuit gas. Tekashi, I love a nice baby blue.
Tekashi and Academic's Instagram was entertaining. The Instagram Live. I didn't tune in, but I watched the clips. He was just basically saying everyone was washed up. He like called Blueface washed up. I'm trying to think who else. He was just going through every rapper and just saying that they sucked. And as obviously some of it was true, some of it was not. But like his just ability to pretend like he doesn't know who people are, and he's like, "Who's that guy? Who's that little boy?" And just like talking shit to everyone was very entertaining. So I mean, once again, I always not salute him, but I always respect the fact that he is a fantastic troll. But I don't know. I really wanted fucking this Locked Up song. I thought it was one of the ones that would not get tarnished in hip hop history. Does he put an asterisk on Akon's name?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. Like Akon has so many timeless hits. I love Akon. I actually made on Erica's podcast. At the end of like the interview, they ask you like, "What's your song?" Like you get to choose a song. I chose "Soul Survivor."
You did?
Like, yeah, hell yeah, I love that song. And I just like he just has so many timeless classics. Actually, like a few years ago, for July 4th, I went to Jersey City, and it was a free Snoop Dogg concert. And like it was kind of there was all like bars and shit going on, but then like at night,
free it didn't cost any money, and you saw Snoop Dogg, or free like Snoop Dogg was locked up at the time.
No, it was free. Like it didn't cost any money, and he did like a show for like Jersey City / Hoboken, and then it was so crazy because on my way down there, Soul Survivor came on. This I think it was like three or so years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, and I remember talking about like I was like, damn dude, like I miss Akon so much, like it'd be so sick. And then he literally came out that night and performed with Snoop for like 30 minutes.
This was in Hoboken?
Yeah, in Jersey City.
I was in school at the time.
Right on the water. There were so many people there.
At the pier?
Yes, at the pier.
The fuck? How did I miss this?
Dude, it was awesome. Like it was it was such a fun day. Like we were just hopping around, like drinking all these bars. Like they had little like kind of like pop-up bars type shops, and like we were just bouncing around all day, getting fucked up, and then just had the concert at night. And it was such a good time. Akon was amazing in person.
Wow.
Awesome. The fact that I got to see him for free, like that was like a bucket list thing. I love Akon. Love Akon.
And the fact that he's like given solar power to like fucking half of Africa or some shit is
yeah. There were some sketchy things that went around that.
So did he not give anybody solar power?
Well, no. So what my understanding, I could be wrong, so don't like quote me. My understanding of the situation was he like did all this under the understanding to others that he was kind of doing it as like a charitable donation type thing, where he was kind of like raising money, like getting all these lights put up in Africa. But then I believe there were some things came out that he was making a pretty penny off it. He was making a significant profit. So who's to judge whether it's still good or bad? He still was lighting up Africa, which is I'm sure obviously a great thing. I would hope that maybe helps just make it a little safer. I don't know. I hope that that adds to the community, helps out some neighborhoods and some communities. But there was some stuff going on that I believe that he was making a lot of money off it. So it wasn't this super charitable thing for him. It was
a business endeavor as well.
It was essentially it was a significantly profitable business endeavor.
All right. Well, I mean,
it's not the worst thing in the world, but I think it only looks bad if you were trying to really gas up I'm doing this basically out of my pocket, I'm raising money, getting donations from other people and doing this, and then you're making money off it.
Yeah.
That's not right. But I mean, I don't think he I don't know. You can do worse things.
Agreed. 100% agreed. I guess we'll move on. Another topic we have. Tory Lanez said in an Instagram post this week that since he's out of his label contract with Interscope and he is now an independent artist, instead of making a random trust fund for his kid or something like that, or just an account that he can put money into for when his kid is of college age or whatever, he's going to list him as a co-writer on all of his songs and give a fluctuation between 5 and 10% of all the royalties to his baby boy from here on out. And he said that he wants to make sure that his son will have generational wealth for years to come. So that way, he can give him something that'll live longer than himself, because he's going to die eventually, but the royalties will keep going. I think this is something super cool. And shout out to Tory Lanez for doing this. It's very unique, but it's also something that it's better than just, giving your kid a lump sum of money, giving them a percentage of something that can keep generating wealth is something really cool. So shout out to Tory Lanez. I know, have you mentioned DJ Khaled did something like this, right?
Well, yes. I wanted to say first, shout out to Tory Lanez, because I think this kind of thing is so smart. I agree with you. It's kind of just you can eat off this bone forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a steak. You're just gonna throw it out. You're gonna just keep eating off this plate forever. So I think it's genius. Good on him. But I mean, yeah, I said in kind of before we started recording that DJ Khaled essentially did the same thing with his son. That his son Assad Khaled literally exactly produced a platinum-selling album before his first birthday, before his first word, before he could physically take 2 steps with his feet, even 1 step. But I mean, I appreciate shit like that, because I mean I think that's the true kind of what you were saying about Tory Lanez mindset. I think that's, especially if you own your masters, that's so much better than just giving them a trust fund this that is generational wealth, because people will be listening to Tory Lanez in 30, 40, 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
The songs will still be out there. So he's going to keep eating off that bone forever. So I mean, I salute both of them. I think that's the way, and I think more people are going to follow suit on that, because I do think that is probably the more smarter way to, and it's also kind of good for you, because it's not like you're just taking 10 mil or 5 mil or whatever out of your bank account. It's kind of helping you, also you can stack money while also making sure by taking a little less of your cut, you're making sure your son's son eats forever.
I want to play devil's advocate for a second, though. If you're one of the producer, an auxiliary producer, or some guy who just made a hi-hat, or some guy who helped Tory create a hook, or even DJ Khaled for that matter, whoever actually executive produced the album or helped DJ Khaled produce the album, are you pissed at this little fucking baby? And fuck this baby, he's taking one of my percentages. Are you pissed at all?
I would think that it's coming out of their end. I couldn't see how it doesn't. Because if I'm the other guy, I think that's bullshit. I would be yo, this, if you're giving a cut to your fucking kid, that's on you.
I can totally see Khaled's the type of guy that'd be all right, buddy, you're out. You made 1 beat, I'm giving you $1,000. You're out. Your portion's going to Assad.
Well, I remember talking to him on Ellen about him being yeah, he's yeah, when he he does something, he nods his head. He's that's a super smash. And then Ellen was what if he throws up? He's or what if he shits himself? He goes, oh, that's a platinum certified smash. Some just be oh, if he shits himself, that's a banger. And it was fun, but I couldn't see, especially in Tory's situation, where if he's gonna give him a little piece, I would think the piece is coming at his end, and I would think DJ Khaled it's the same.
100%. I will, like I said, I'll say 100% for Tory Lanez, because Tory Lanez seems like a stand-up guy, but I don't know. DJ Khaled seems like he's kind of a snake in my eyes.
No, you think so?
I think he totally seems like someone who'd
after what Ross said on his one album, or the one song that he did talk about Birdman, and how Birdman like fucked Khaled out of all that money.
I didn't hear about this.
He fucked DJ Khaled out of like so much money, and then he like bled him dry, and then literally like he was like he does like kind of he raps about Birdman, and then at the end like he was like just saying like he was like I don't fuck with you, like he was like Khaled was loyal to you, like and you fuck like you like basically you spit on him, like I don't fuck with you for that. And then this was kind of right after Khaled had blown up on Snapchat and all this stuff, and he started popping off again. He was like, and that's why Khaled back on top. He was like, he blessed, like he was like, he's a real one. So I think if someone like Ross and these dudes are like, yo, like this dude's like a solid dude who's actually not been has been like snaked over and not been the snake. Like I think the track record of Khaled's a pretty good dude. And I think that's why I
take it back.
And I think that's why so many people want to give him verses and so many people want to fuck with him because he's probably like a solid, genuine guy.
Yep.
He's just got a little bit of like a unique brain, a little unique energy. But I know how that goes when you put out, like, I think it is a piece of him, but all those selfie videos and the Snapchats, like, it's a character. Like, it's partly a character. It's a piece of him. I'm sure he's a little bit like that when you see him, but I'm sure he's not just like every time you see him, like, that's just like how he is.
Who is the kid in his videos? Benjamin Kicks?
And now he popped him.
Boom.
Like, he put on Kids in the Neighborhood. Like, that was just a kid who grew up with a single mom in Miami.
I don't know about that. I think Benjamin Kicks had a rich Jewish father.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure.
I could be wrong. Okay, so I'm sorry for that.
But shout out to him. He built his own. I'm pretty sure.
No, he did it on his own.
He did it on his own, but I'm sure his parents maybe gave him a couple $100 pairs of shoes for Christmas, and then he started flipping them. But he built his own business for sure.
You rescinded your DJ Khaled slander. I'll rescind this because
Ben Kicks is definitely not from the trenches.
Well, I didn't think he was from like the trenches, but I thought I for some reason I thought I could be completely wrong. I thought that he didn't have like super money growing up.
I'm
not saying he was broke.
Did you know that?
I remember he did a song.
But he was supposed to like drop a project, and he had verses from like Black Boy, verses from so many rappers because he had like given like fire ass kicks, and the production on it sounded good. Like obviously he was like singing with autotune, but I don't know if he is still pursuing it anymore because I feel like he went ghost. He did a No Jumper interview, and he was talking about the music, how like when he releases music, it's gonna be fire. But that was like 2 years ago. I don't think he's put anything out yet. But.
Yeah, I doubt. I mean, I don't think I follow him on Instagram or anything anymore. I mean, I'm kind of over the Ben Kicks thing, but like good for him. Like. God bless him. I have no like ill will towards him. I'm just not like consuming his content.
Yeah, I'm not a Benjamin Kicks stan.
Yeah, facts. Fair enough. Agreed.
Then I guess moving on, Kenny Beats. This is something I came across last week or the past couple of days. So Kenny Beats, like super producer, I would consider at least now in the game. Tweeted a meme out of some kid. It was a little kid in his bedroom with like his cell phone wrapped over the bunk bed, and like the wire was wrapped over the bunk bed and hanging down, so the phone was upside down. He was like rapping into it like a microphone. I guess he had like his notepad out, and it looked like he was in a makeshift studio kind of. And the caption was like, "I told this little motherfucker to clean his room, not make a studio," or something like to that extent. And it went viral. Kenny Beats saw it and then was like, I need to get a hold of this kid. We got to get him a studio. Lo and behold, they tracked this kid down. His name's Ray. And he had his YouTube page where he was posting up songs. And he posted a song about police brutality that was clearly freestyled. And honestly, like, I mean, you think how coherent can a 9-year-old be freestyling? This kid was making real points, like talking about Martin Luther King, talking about the color of his skin, like staying on flow, rhyming. And clearly has a little bit of talent. So Kenny Beats made a movement going kind of to get Ray a home studio. And he tracked him down, like I said before, got a hold of his parents and was then sending him
FaceTime with him too.
FaceTime with him and sent him a home studio setup, which included a MacBook, USB microphone, headphones, like the whole shebang. So shout out to Kenny Beats. I think this is fucking cool as shit. And I think this is something that we need to like do as a culture, like more, I guess, emphatically. Like if you see a kid who's like struggling, or this could even be something that could help, in after school programs. We're talking about some states are talking about defunding the police. I don't really know what that means, but if there's a way to allocate funds in more, I guess, productive ways for kids to help kids that are in inner communities, something like this is huge. Like if you have a YMCA, like make a little studio room for these kids where they can record music or whatever. This is something that could really like help a lot of underprivileged kids, learn, not even have to learn how to rap, learn how to audio engineer, learn how to do podcasting, things like this. Is something that maybe an initiative of, and once we get back in the office, we could look into like getting, if any kids that are interested in fucking learning how to podcast, could get them fucking some microphones or whatever. I was really like pleased by this, and And it was like a silver lining in all of the dark clouds that was like surrounding this past 2 weeks.
No, I loved it. I'm all for that because I'm someone who I've seen do that who I really respect is Dr. Dre. He's done that with in his high school. He was someone, he said, like, I was a creative. Like, I hated high school. I hated read. Like, I just hated the normal, like, just all like English, science, math kind of shit. But he was a creative, obviously super smart guy, just genius musically. And he did that at his high school and at USC. Like, he literally has a building, like the music school, like music, like production school at like Southern Cal is literally named after him and Jimmy Iovine. Like, there's literally a young hall. Like, his name's Andre Young. Like, it's an Andre Young Hall or like Young Hall or like Young and Iovine Hall, something like that. So he did it at USC and like did it in his own high school. He built like a whole massive wing on Compton High School that has like all these like resources to like record and like learn how to like record and learn audio, learn how to like work a board, like all stuff like that. Like, just interesting, like unique kind of things that I would imagine like 90% of high schools in America do not offer. So I appreciate people like that are willing to like invest in the community, invest in like just people. Because I think so many people like in high school, if they're not like the prototypical like textbook, like good at math, good at like English, good at science, good at history,
or some shit like that.
Like kids like number crunching kids. If you're not like the book smart kid, like I feel like people, I've seen it personally in my school and like others, like I feel like teachers and like other older people are so quick to like write them off.
And then you get discouraged.
That's what I'm saying. And it discourages you. And I think they're not willing to take a look at them. Like, he may not be like math and numbers may not be his thing, but like he's so creative, like art, like artistically or like musically or like he's a great, like he's good at like writing and like stuff like that. Like, maybe he's not good at writing in like the essay art, like typical art essay type form that like they want the sources, but he like can write stories and like different things, like just overall being creative. I think teachers need to like look more into those kids and try to give them like outlets of like, even I remember Coley telling the story about how like him like getting his start kind of being like the really good at social media. He had a teacher early on in college who basically just like made him get Twitter and just kind of had to think like, you could be like good at this, like have like the unique brain. And like that, like now it's turned into like him running the main social medias, now him having all like multiple his own podcast shows and stuff like that. Like, I think like that was someone who I believe like invested in a kid the right way and saw a kid like, all right,
absolutely,
he has other talents that he can use to like legitimately make money and have like a good career. So I just think older people need to like take a step back and learn. I can't imagine how many 40-year-olds listen to this podcast, especially teachers. But I'm just saying in general, I think more of them need to like just not be so quick to write these kids off, just because teachers are most likely they're the textbook wizards.
Yeah.
But like, there's just so many other things that you can be good at growing up.
Were you ever did you ever like get diagnosed ADD when you were younger or anything like that?
Yeah, ADD actually.
So was I, but I mean, a lot of people debate whether or not ADD is a real thing. I think it's a real thing, but I also think that like, especially boys, like little boys, should not be stuck in a fucking chair for 8 hours a day and told to pay attention to shit they don't want to like pay attention to. Like, that's just a recipe for disaster. I used to fucking like leaning back and forth on my chair, like fall out of my chair on purpose in class. Like, I was a terror because I had too much energy and I had to wait. I had 40 minutes, if that, of like recess and gym in a day. Like, I feel like the way you got to teach kids in order to maximize their learning capabilities, let them fucking run around for 3 hours out in the field and make them get tired so they'll actually sit down and pay attention. Or if they're not interested in what they're learning, like realize early on, like what is going to engage a kid. Like, 'cause you could probably find out if a kid wants to like sing into a fucking microphone or if he has no interest when he's in, I don't know, ninth or when he's 9 or 10 years old. I think that, you know, like you said, pushing kids into more creative pursuits or like not discouraging them and trying to put them in a box is something that we really need to do. I know if someone had asked me if I ever wanted to think about creating music when I was that young, I probably would have said yes and would have had a leg up on the game because I didn't start fucking making music till I was 23. And at that point, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'd teach myself how to record, teach myself how to mix. Like, if I had done this in high school, if this was a class offered, things would have been a lot different.
100%. That's why I love what Dr. Dre did, like giving kids an outlet to just like work a board, like learn engineering, mixing, like every aspect of music, basically, you can learn from the resources that he put in those schools. So
even shit like video editing, like
100%, 1,000%.
I saw a tweet like all Modern Warfare 2 trick shotters are now rappers and producers and all the editors are now their video directors or something like that, which to some degree is probably true, but even shit like that, there was I remember watching YouTube when I was younger, like watching kids like fucking make YouTube videos of them with doing trick shots on Call of Duty, and now these kids are fucking editors for like the FaZe Clan or whatever, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year just sitting around editing YouTube videos. I don't understand why. I guess people didn't see that the social media wave that was going to
because they don't see the vision. The old heads don't see the vision. They don't get it. That's why, because the ones that do get it, they would push you in those directions if they see you have talent in those areas over just like being able to do like quadratic equations.
Yeah.
Like if they saw that early on, they should push you in that right direction. Old heads like 6-year-old, like they don't have the vision. Some old white man, like old white woman, like they don't have that vision. They don't get it.
You should
They
have
barely
seen
know it
Willie
exists.
today. You should have seen Willie today when we were talking about the whole like Barstool Hooligans thing. So they're obviously starting their own esports channel, and we had Glenny on, and Glenny was like, "Hey, Willie, just want to let you know we're both pro athletes now." Willie lost his shit. He was like, "You kidding me? I had my hand in the dirt. This, that, the third." Like he couldn't. Not that he couldn't grasp it. He was just so pissed, like not truly pissed, but just like not liking the idea that like.
He's like, bro, we're not the same. He's like,
Yeah.
me and you are not the same.
That's exactly what he was trying to say. And Glenny couldn't get enough, but he was loving it. But like even shit like that, like video gaming, fucking back in the day, if you told me like I could have been a millionaire from playing video games, I probably would have stopped watching so much porn and probably would have played a little more Call of Duty or Halo. I don't know.
No, that would have been a better investment of your time, probably.
100%.
That's another thing too. 100% video editing. Like if you're good at video games, shit, like run with it. If you're like that talented, run with it. Why not? It's a real career. Like people are really making a lot of money off this. It's like a real thing.
Do you have any gaming aspirations, Ev?
Zero.
Were you ever like a stalwart at any games?
No, I was never a video game guy growing up. I rarely played them. I think the only time I ever even had like Xbox Live was I think when I was in 9th grade. I played Call of Duty. It was World at War at that time. Yeah, the first World at War. So we're talking like 2008, 2009. But it was because then I went to Catholic school to play football, so I left all my public school friends. So that was kind of how I would like talk to them and shit during the week. I pretty much like got live and got that game just to play. I was the worst. I'm pretty sure the first time I ever played with them, I literally didn't even know like how to shoot. Like I didn't know anything. I think I had 0 kills and like 40 deaths.
Oh my God.
I was just running in the middle of the field just getting my head blown off. I had no idea what I was doing.
Even like Madden and stuff you don't really like?
I mean, I would play them like at my boys' house. Like if they were like, yo, you want to run a quick game? I'd be like, sure. And then like the ones that are really good would smoke me. And then there'd still be some just because I know the game a little bit. And like 2K and all that's like not like that hard, especially like back in the day. Like you kind of just like hit B, hope it goes in, A to pass, whatever, like wide to jump. So, I mean, you could like hold your own if you just like can figure it out a little bit. But I was definitely never like – I was outside. I was outside playing football,
out
playing
in these
basketball.
streets.
I was outside playing football.
I was an outside kid too.
I was playing wiffle ball. I was playing 21 and like on the pavement. Like I was outside. I mean, that's what me and my boys did. Like they played more video games than I did because that was kind of something that my boys did like at night. And then like when I was at night, I would just be chilling.
Colin, do you think you have what it takes to play with the Hooligans? COD, in terms of COD at least? You think so? You think you're nice?
Oh, I'm real good at COD.
How many wins do you have?
Damn, that was confident.
I have like 8 or 9 wins right now.
Damn. Colin's confident.
I play like 2 hours a night. These guys stay up all night to try and get a W. I play like 2 hours a night. I could easily be on that team.
Think about if your job wasn't to edit videos all day.
Exactly. If I could just fucking play Call of Duty all day instead of playing from like 8 to 10 every night, I'd have literally 1 billion wins.
I've been getting back into it. Like I played Fortnite for a little bit and it just really wasn't my thing. Like I liked it a little bit, but it just like I don't know. It's too animated. Like I don't got time for that kiddie shit. When COD came around, like I'm starting to get back in it now, and I'm like really into it right now. And it kind of took me back to like the whole 8th grade days. So I don't think I'm on the level where I could really hang in a stream with these guys, but I don't think I'm ass cheeks at this point. I have one more question for you though, Colin. Chilbo Schwaggins is now your Twitter name. How many times did we fuck up the way it was, the Coops there it is was spelled, and now you throw us a fucking curveball and go Chilbo Schwaggins?
Again, for the millionth time, it's not my handle. It's just my name. Like Big Evs is fucking Dick Whaler.
Yeah, it's not
his handle. It's
I changed my name on Twitter.
He's like Snacks Curry. Yeah, he's always.
Yeah, I change it like once a month.
Has it changed on Instagram too?
Chilbo Schwaggins?
Is Chilbo Schwaggins on Instagram
No,
too?
No. That's just my name on Twitter right now. It's not my handle.
I do like Chobo Swaggins though. That's
Chobo
fine.
Schwaggins.
Schwaggins. Is that like from
Schwaggins.
like
Is that a
half
reference?
baked? Is it a weed strain or something?
Well, no, Lord of the Rings is Bilbo Baggins.
Well, I know that, but
And then I ordered
Chobo
one of these, those chairs that you blow up with the air, like you run with it and fill it up.
oh, it's called a Zoom bag, right, or something like that.
Yeah, so that I ordered one that came in last weekend. The brand is Chobo Schwaggins.
That's a cool name. That's a
Yeah,
cool
it's
brand name. All right.
I bought that specific. I was gonna buy one, but I bought one specifically because one, I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, but two, Chobo Schwaggins is the dopest name.
I mean, I fuck with that. I was just wondering, are you Lord of the Rings over Star Wars?
Oh, 100%. Like when I was a kid, like obsessed with Lord of the Rings. Love Lord of the Rings.
I don't know if
I like Star Wars, but I've never been into like the new ones. I like the classic ones.
I agree with that. Do we want to get into the slappy happies?
Yee.
Mr. Ev, you like that?
I got one.
Okay.
I got a slappy lappy.
Hit us with it, fucking Bronsolino.
No, I'm gonna say this is someone who I think his sound has developed a lot over time. He started as kind of like this college frat boy punchline rapper. His name is Mike Stud.
Oh, shout out Studdy.
So, but now he goes by Mike. I don't know how it's tough to kind of just make that change. It's also tough to just be Mike. Like when there's like Michael Jackson and
Yeah,
this
tough
Mike's
rebrand.
most, like, common,
Don't know
most,
if
like,
I would have
common,
went that route.
like most common name on the planet. But this song he dropped recently, it's called Two Birds. It's so fire. His sound is just really like watching him. Like I remember following him.
Now he's like R&B pretty much, right?
I remember following him on Twitter when he had like 10,000 followers, and now he has like hundreds on like multiple platforms. But his sound has just changed so much. He was straight punchline rapper, like frat boy, drinking rapper, whatever, and now like he really has this like melodic, like sing type like rap sound. And the song is called Two Birds by Mike. Really good song. Love
He
it.
just started a podcast too, and I think it's pretty successful because the guy John Kilmer who produces it is also his video director. I think it's his co-host and his producer. It's called, I want to say,
I think it's called You Never Know. It's why
You Never Know. That's like
that's like his thing. Yeah.
I think he also does a lot of behind the scenes production on different songs. I think the ZZ song, he had some hand in the production.
Who Mike Stud did?
Yeah, like the
Yeah, I know
the vocal melody in the back. They're like like in the back. I'm butchering the
Really?
melody, but I remember when I first heard it like previewed. I saw like a video of him in the studio like working. It was like him and Post Malone in the studio, and that they were playing that song. Like it wasn't Kodak previewing it.
So his producer is also Mike Stud, also Post Malone's producer. His name's Louis. His name's Louis Bell.
Yeah.
They because I remember that's how him and Post Malone became like really good friends. They chill all the time, like drink whatever, because they record at the same studio in LA, and Louis Bell is both their producers.
Yeah. I think he has to at least ghostwrite for a lot of people because like he lives a very lavish lifestyle. He's got like a crazy house out in like Stevenson Ranch, California.
I think also just because I've followed him, like I've kind of just had an eye on him my whole life because I knew about him for like so long. He has been very smart, like business wise,
and he's been independent.
And he's been completely independent. So like all the money he's ever made is all his. Like he had a TV show. They had like a YouTube channel, Touring's Boring, basically like a vlog of like him on tour. They sell a ton of merch. Like he basically made one of his boys a clothing designer who low-key, like he makes fire clothes. Like their merch, like I haven't seen what it is recently, but I know like when I used to follow them more like 4 or 5 years ago, like their merch was sick. And they used to sell out like instant. Like I'm talking even like denim jackets and like more like higher end like type stuff. So I know he also owned a few things. Like he bought into a few companies that I think did like decently well. So like I think he's definitely like made it like well for himself, just being independent and having all these like revenue streams.
Also, he's a friend of the company. He's a friend of Barstool.
He sure is. So
shout out Mike Stud.
Shout out. He's the reason I'm in the Sweet 16, a ball in the Cup League. That was his thing. In the Barstool Ball in the Cup League, I'm in the Sweet 16. I'm going against KFC next.
How's that been going? I know we're at the tail end of the show doing the slaps, but how has that been going? Who did you face off against first?
So the first one at random draw, I got a stoolie. So there was one stoolie randomly entered into the Ball in the Cup League. So I played a stoolie first.
Bite him.
Beat her, and I was down. I was down where she hit the last cup, and I still had 2 left, and I buried both of them. I'm clutch. Buried both of them. Just blew her away in OT. Played Trent next. Trent's pretty good too. We had a good game. Beat him. Now I play KFC. I really believe I'm gonna make a run in this thing. I really
KFC's
do.
been out of the game for a minute. I'm definitely
Like
taking
this
him
is
one.
like that's not like I think if I beat KFC, I believe I play the winner of Smitty and Taylor Lewan, who I've seen Taylor Lewan has a really nice stroke. But I would love to wax the Michigan guy. He's a Michigan grad. I would love to wax his ass. So I'm hoping that I beat KFC. Next game is the most important game. Can't look ahead. KFC's next opponent on the table. Got to eat him up. On to the next. But I think I'm going to
this
make a run.
coming weekend?
I'm not sure when I'm playing them. I believe it should be sometime this week.
All right,
So
keep an eye out, fellas.
I don't know if it's going to be live or recorded, but we'll see.
Awesome.
But me and him, we were texting, chirping, talking some shit. So we'll see what happens.
I'll move on to my slap from an artist from Detroit. His name's Sada Baby. If you like just aggressive fucking bars, but also one like I don't know how I guess enthusiastic energy. This guy's all over the place, but his bars are fucking hilarious and also hard as shit. This guy delivers on every track I've heard from him. I went back into because we were talking about Kenny B today. I was going back into his show called The Cave where he makes a beat and has rapper freestyle over it in like real time. And the Sada Baby episode was fucking insane. The guy absolutely murdered it. So this song Block Party by Sada Baby is something I have not stopped listening to since I started listening to it. The first time I came across it a week and a half ago. The video is crazy. It's shot very early Chief Keef style, just in a fucking house. All these hood dudes shirtless dancing. They do like a Detroit Soul Train lineup. So they have like everybody, like 6 people on either side, like making a tunnel, and then everyone does like a dance shuffle through the middle, and it's just all like slowed down, 120 frames per second. It's so funny. And the song's hard as fuck also. So check out Sada Baby Block Party. It's BLOXK Party. I don't know what the X means. I assume it's probably some type of gang affiliation, but we'll just rock with that. Sada Baby Block Party.
Mixtape just interviewed him, so check that out too.
Did they really?
Yes, like literally, and like Coley was gassing like top 3 interview they've ever done.
He's hilarious.
He interviewed Sada Baby. I believe it'll be out when you hear this. It's been out like this week. They just interviewed him, and apparently it was like awesome. I need to listen to it.
Yeah, damn, I gotta listen to that shit too.
So shout out Sada Baby, shout out Mixtape.
Also, shout out Mixtape, shout out Trill, because I'm going to be in ATL this week, flying out tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to see him, but I'm experiencing a new city. Got some studio sessions lined up. I'll be at Tree Sound Studio, legendary studio out there. Me and my boy Saj making some money moves. We got a lot of sessions coming up.
Let's go.
Maybe we might come back with a record deal. Let's see.
Let's go, baby.
Nah, I'm not going to give stuff up there, but I'm going down. There's some business opportunities down there for me on the music end, so hopefully we come back and with some work.
Listen, you succeeding is me succeeding. I need to get my hype man career off the ground, and for that to get off the ground, I need you to get off the ground. Let's get it.
Don't worry.
Let's get it.
Jetski, I can see Jetski a couple of beers deep and a pack of Marlboro Reds already gone, and a guy putting $1 million in front of his face, and he just
signed his life away. Take everything.
Take it all. That's my worst nightmare. I got to make sure I don't get too fucked up and sign anything.
You don't sign shit.
My slap is one shout out. Happy 12th birthday to the Carter 3.
Oh my God!
Thank you,
Colin. Thank you.
June 10th. And my slap is Anything Can Happen by St. John and Meek Mill. Also, Wasted by Juice WRLD and Lil Uzi Vert.
Thank you.
R.I.P. Oh, I think I don't know if it'll be today or today being Friday or it's Thursday. It already happened, but that Juice WRLD Kid Laroi song that we both were talking about a couple weeks ago, Go, is going to be out at some point this week. I saw Laroi post. I couldn't remember what day. So there's going to be more Juice WRLD for you guys out in the universe. So go check that out too as well if you're looking.
All right, Pete.
Thank you, Colin, for enlightening us on that.
I saw that on Twitter today. That should have been a topic today.
I saw it earlier too. I saw it and I just like kind of, God, I love Lil Wayne.
That's probably one of my favorite rap albums of all time.
Shut up the GOAT. Carter 2, Carter 3 are my two. Carter 2 is I think the better like project. Carter 3 is a more like commercial like banger project.
Yeah, Carter 3 are the hits.
But Carter 3 are like the like record like the radio hits, but like Carter 2 is like Carter 2.
That came out in June. I felt like that came out like for some reason when I was like in the winter. I guess. Well, I obviously did come out in June. I don't know. Maybe I didn't start listening to it till the year after.
I have it. I have right in my room over here too. My ticket stub to the Carter 3 album release show.
Oh,
you went to the album release show?
No way.
Yeah, it was in Hartford. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's pretty gas.
Damn, hell yeah.
It was dope.
Shout out Lil Wayne, the GOAT, best rapper of all time. If you don't agree, you could suck my dick. How's that sound?
Oh, okay. Suck his dick. No big deal. Right, as always, follow us at 808 Smoke Breaks on all social platforms. Also, make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed on iTunes. And if you are subscribed, unsubscribe, then resubscribe and leave us 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? Bitches? No, not bitches, friends and lovers. I shouldn't
Friends,
call you.
family. And Stroop Jet Ski's music. Get my guy some money.
Yeah, give me some. I haven't been dropping, and there's a reason I haven't been dropping because I'm loading up right now. Jet Ski album coming end of 2020, and I assume a lot of shit that I work on this weekend will be a part of that. So I'm trying to make some money moves this weekend. So give me a little boost in TuneCore right now.
Like, you don't
a new apartment. I need
you don't honestly, like, you don't even have to actually listen to it. Like, I'd be liking it, but I'm saying, like, just fucking play that bitch. Like, turn the volume down and just let it sit just let it sit.
A play is a play.
A
there's a difference between a play and a listen. You don't got to listen to give me a play. So
listen, it's the same thing. Like, I was watching Straight Outta Compton this week. The scene where it's after they do the fuck the police, and then all these white people are just like running over like records, and he's like, "Yo, I don't give a fuck with it." He's like, "They bought
it. Yeah,
like they bought it. They can do whatever the fuck they want with it after. I got paid for it."
That's sick.
So shout out everyone. Shout out the 808s family. God bless. See you next week.
Peace.